Hi, I'm Gary Engler, your socialist grandfather. This episode of Economic Democracy or No Democracy, an anti oligarchy manifesto, focuses on the ideological resistance we can expect to our project. The greatest things supporters of economic democracy have going for us is the truth about capitalism, together with the outline of an alternative economic and political system, something we can dream about, but practical enough that we can work toward. We must organize ourselves to implement that dream, always recognizing actions speak louder than words, but words are necessary to inspire dreams, and dreams are necessary to inspire action. We will face powerful resistance from those who benefit from capitalism. At the ideological level, it is up to us to teach our fellow workers not to be fooled by the arrogant, ignorant, and opinionated who, like carnival pitchmen, try to sell us something we're better off without. You know the type. On YouTube channels, on social media, in mainstream newspapers. They dominate radio talk shows and certain TV news networks. Loud voices who claim to be against some vague elite, but who in fact, directly or indirectly, get their money from billionaires. Rich people who claim to speak for the little guy, business leaders, columnists, celebrities, media hacks, and the think tanks they come from who deny climate change is a problem or even claim it doesn't exist. Radical apostles of greed who claim to be conservative, attack woke capitalism and the transgendered, defend chemical laden genetics manipulating industrial food production, undermine science, ignore all the ways the corporations poison our environment, ridicule anyone who points out there must be some limit to the exploitation of the Earth's resources, hate bike lanes, promote the use of private automobiles, hobble public transportation and every other public good by promoting tax cuts, love pipelines, hate feminists, and usually claim to speak on behalf of the middle class or even the working class. Here is the truth. The propaganda system of capitalism is like a fairground midway. It is full of scam artists whose primary skills are selling you something you don't need, convincing you that something a part of you knows is too good to be true is true, and pretending to be on your side even while ripping you off. The product of all this scamming is what Marxists have for centuries called false consciousness. Workers are brainwashed into fighting for capitalism, even though it goes against their self interest. Just like a wise uncle warned you to beware the carnies at the fairground, it is good advice to watch out for capitalism's hucksters, the first step of which is to recognize whose interests they represent, which is another way of asking who would pay them to say or write the things they do. The answer, of course, is the people who benefit most from pipelines, tax cuts, unlimited growth, a private automobile dominated landscape, industrial food production, chemicals poisoning the environment, pipelines, global warming, and an acceptance of the way things are, including income inequality. But why would the billionaires and mere multimillionaires whose fortunes depend on the continued flow of profits from oil, agribusiness, pharmaceuticals, automobiles, chemicals, real estate, and media and capitalism in general think it worth their while to handsomely reward thousands of cheerleaders who endlessly repeat a few shallow ideas on the sidelines of capitalism? They do it because it is necessary. The wealthy 1% minority who rule over the 90% majority understands that the future of their system depends on convincing or paying off 9% of the population who become the opinion leaders, the managers, the foremen, the supervisors, the aggressively capitalistic small businesses, and other shock troops of the system. More next time.